blue male. So this little fellow did really well on the release. I didn't speak at the beginning because sometimes your voice encourages them to move, and you can see that as soon as I started to talk, his tail started wagging. But he's confident. But you might notice that he went it was an indirect line to me. He didn't come right to me, so he's a oh, but here he goes. Look at the tail. Hello, little man. You're not so little. You're quite pretty. You're quite pretty. So I'm just going to say hi and let him know I'm a good thing. And we'll see what he does. So the release showed a nice level of confidence and a little independence. Able to push through stress on his own. So he's never been away from his litter mates till now. Carried across a parking lot and dropped in this room. He's never been here or met me before. So similar to what stress he might feel when you take him home. So this is quite nice. Like he's handling whatever stress he feels. And so he was licking my hands and saying hello. He went to look at the balls. He's licking me more than teeth. I don't really feel too much in the way of teeth, which is really nice. They do kind of use their mouth to explore their world and see what things are. So there are no teeth on skin exercises, should you require them. They should learn at an early age that it's not acceptable. No? So super nice and happy when he's with me. I bet he's quite curious as to what's around the room here. So there's balls and tents, and there's the perimeter of the room. There's also smells of other puppies that have been here before him. So he's doing really well. I'm going to talk for a minute to see how often or if he comes back to me. Hi. Hi. Very good. So I pretty well have to peg him as a really nice 50-50 mix. He's really nice and friendly and happy when he's with me, and he's pretty well with me at least half the time, but he still is confident and curious enough to leave and look around. So a 50-50 mix of social. And this, the next exercise is pretty well a checking in exercise. I want to see what his natural thing is. If I start walking around, does he follow me? Does he care where I am? Does he control my feet? That's showing me, is it more social or more environmental? So at the very beginning here, you can see that it is pretty environmental for the first little bit, and then he's pretty good. He's at least knowing where I am, which is puppy cup. Puppy cup. Yes. Puppy cup. Yay. Very good. So ideally, what you're trying to achieve is that he is allowed to look at things, play with other people and dogs, but he should basically know where you are, as opposed to you hunting him down all the time. This is a wonderful job. He's quite able to look around, and then if I call, puppy cup, Very responsive and very, very good. So use this as the start of your come training. Lots and lots of praise when he comes. And what you're going to try to do is maybe do this in a small area in your house, toys around, get him to understand what is expected, which is really quite nice. He is still in, yay, puppy go. Yes. If he was to not come to you, you can introduce treats to reinforce that, but stick with your praise if as long as you can. And look at how lovely that is. When he doesn't. Puppy go. So as I was saying, small room, bigger room, and then maybe out in your backyard. Get that connection, get the understanding, get the bond. Before you take them to a huge public place with a ton of stimulus, because you want to set him up for success. You look at him now, very, very good. Woohoo! So very, very nice job, tail wagging happy, and we'll just whisk him up. What a beautiful boy. So beautiful levels of patience and tolerance, which they all need for vets and grooming and the like. So lovely job. He was perfectly limp. Very patient. Didn't know why I was doing that, but okay. What is this little thing? Very good. So, I mean, he stopped at the noise of the paper, but he didn't really shy away from it. Staying with me is a little bit of a social sign. You can see him. He looked at the paper and looked at my hand. He was choosing to stay with me instead of going and getting the paper. Look at that. Look, look. Go get it. Go get it. Get it. Look. So, good boy, come. Yay! Good boy. Super dog. Look. No, get the paper. So this is such a good, fetch is very good for both physical and mental stimulus and exercise. So keep trying. I mean, basically he's, look at his paws, that's very communicative. And he's quite happy and interested in what I'm doing. So keep working on the retrieval. He's got a nice connection there. Not all dogs are natural retrievers, but they can usually be taught. You can, he's liking these balls. So the next thing we do is a bit of a treat test. And basically, we want to see how he responds to a high quality treat. Because most people do use treats in their training process. Yay! So I'm going to give him, right here. You're very, I'm going to give him a piece of treat because he's not only had puppy food, and we'll just make sure he likes it. So basically, if the puppy is overstimulated and can't think of anything but the treat, it's pretty counterproductive to use a high quality treat that they can't focus. So your goal is to find something that they truly understand as a treat and a reward without being overwhelming. So what we can see here is that he can smell the treat on the cup. He hasn't realized that it's still back here. Now some puppies just bash the cup all over the room and start playing. This I would call a small loss of focus, but he's not overexcitable. It's right here, look. Never mind the cup, look. What's this? Look, look up here. Very, very good. So I would hazard a guess that the first time he actually didn't see the treat, he could smell it. That time he saw the treat, and he was very methodical and smart on how he got, figured out just move the cup and get the treat, and he's quite quiet. So I think you would be more than able to give him a high quality treat. If you find he gets overstimulated, just go back to using kibble for a little while and then introduce treats. So again, you're trying to find something that he truly understands as a good treat without being overwhelming. That's the goal, or the suggestion. Okay. So little man, let's see what we can do here. Go away. Look. I think you might be looking. Yay! What's in here? What's that? I'm trying to get him away from me. Come here, puppy. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Puppy, puppy, puppy. What's that? Can I put a ball in there? Can you get it? No, you're not interested? Look. I'm going to stick you in the tunnel. So he wasn't looking at me, but he wasn't facing in the other direction. So he basically ran in my direction, but looked at the noise source, and then, not sure, might smell a treat. So basically that was really, really good. Some puppies just run to the door and I can't get them to participate anymore. But he is, so it's not that he responds to the noise, it's how he recovers from the noise. We expect that response. It's a pretty loud noise from behind, and I think I'm going to get ready. So he did a super job. He totally recovered without any help from me. So he's a quite nice confidence level overall. So that's very, very good. So a nice thing about him right now is that he's quite curious as to what I'm doing. So that's a nice thing. You want him to be, listen? Yeah. I can't blow it out. How come all morning I could blow it? Look. Oh, very good. Very good. So super job. Very curious, not intimidated by the movement. Some puppies really shy away and don't like that movement at all. So he responded quite nice to the visualization of that wheel. And the last thing we do with them actually is a basic prey drive. So we see what you're up against. actually doing quite a bit of movement. He's connected to it, but he's taking his time on jumping on it. Yeah, so he has a medium to high drive, and that, along with his confidence level, tells you that you need to concentrate on those exercises like watch me and drop it and leave it. Those kinds of exercises that put his attention on you. I mean, in the real world, there are kids and bikes and real squirrels, porcupines. So you want to be able to, get his focus on you. Yeah. So overall, I mean, he has a lovely confidence level, I think. He's a nice social mix. Very playful. And he does have a high drive, so please do those exercises and, steer him in the right direction. We can only try to improve and benefit his life. You don't want him in a porcupine. So overall, he's super sweet, very handsome. Hope you enjoy. Hey, who's that?